Hello, 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 hello. Pour myself a glass of water. Hope everybody's doing well out there. This is Jade Robertson, your host, and I'm very happy to have you back here today. Welcome, David Hermiston, to the live stream, everybody. David Hermiston, lovely man. Lilac Laney, welcome you as well. I'm going to wave. I got Nicholas Jansen up in the house. Going to invite Mr. Nicholas Jansen. Connector. Hey, brother.
Hey, brother. How are we doing? The kid's back.
The kid's back. Welcome back.
Thank you, brother.
Been a while.
Good to be back.
Been, I didn't see you on Vladcast. You were there for Mike's, though, so, it's only been...
was.
But we missed you last week for Vladcast, so...
You held the ship down. I knew you would, and I knew you could.
Well, I'll do anything for the people I love. That's the honest to God.
Do anything to keep this show on the road.
This wildfire live stream it's all I got.
It's the only thing I pour myself into, truly.
I need this.
That's why you haven't let it end.
Haven't let it end. Never gonna let it end.
That's fine. We can go season 5, season 6.
I'm just looking at the long term here. I want to be an on-air contributor, content creator. Welcome, thanks into the house, into the chat. Get some waves, get some snaps.
Absolutely, I'm very excited. Sorry, were you going to share something? This is great. I'm so happy to be here, folks.
It's great to have you back, Nick. It's great that you're here.
Why does it feel, this time it feels like we're on radio. It feels like we're on radio right now. It's like, well, Jay, it's great to be back here.
Yeah, no, we got a new pace. We've got a new lineup. This live stream schedule for January has been pretty off the hook, starting with Mike Thompson, Vladimir Solokowski, and now today with Denny Kremblass and a surprise guest. I'm not going to say who, but we do have a surprise guest joining us tonight.
Oh,
very excited!
Surprise to me.
It's a surprise to you. It's a
well, it's a testament to you. On top of your hosting duties, you've been really good at securing these guests and lining up some great, exciting shows.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to just continuing and having people come back too that we've had in the past to do live streams again, because we've gotten better at it, and I think that we also figured out how to save them.
Right.
So that's good. That
was a big hurdle. That was a big discovery.
So I think that's good. Without further saying anything else, I think I'll just jump into a question to ask of you, Nicholas Jansen. You were in your younger days a performer. You acted a lot, and you actually did make the transition to hip hop.
Yes.
So I just to recount some of those rapping days of your past and sort of your influences.
This is true. I wouldn't like to say it's only in the past, but I haven't done it in a long time. But I'm still constantly listening and not so much writing, but just always thinking about it. But there was a time, late days of high school, that I rapped under the name Banshee. I recorded a couple EPs on my own. And I was in a rap rock duo called Gangster Limbo Party for a couple years, and we performed at our school functions. You have a lot of beverages there.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun. Just songwriting and performing was a blast. And I got to do it with a bunch of friends that I have lost touch with since, but I still remember those days quite fondly, and we still have each other on Facebook and all that. But and it's been at least a few years since I've last released anything. So
could you just hit us with one of your bars, like one of your freestyle bars?
Data there. One of my freestyle bars?
Freestyle bars, just maybe one of your bars from one of your songs, like just doing a quick, just sort of a cappella version.
Do I even remember?
What was your biggest song? It was called Big Time or The Time?
It was called Good Time. That one, I was in a program in LA where you wrote and recorded a song with professional Hollywood people. And that was fun. Do I remember the lyrics? I don't remember I don't remember how the hook goes. I wanted to do the hook for you, but hit me back later. I'll definitely rap something at the end. I just got to look up the song.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll definitely hit you back up later for
But
a little.
I'm definitely a musical prodigy. Not as much as yourself. Definitely not as much as our guest tonight.
Right.
But you know, I fancy myself not. I took piano for 7 years, but I don't consider myself an instrumentalist. But
You took piano?
I did, yeah. Since I was like 7 to like
17.
16, probably more than that. Yeah, it was probably more than 7 years, but yeah.
I wanted to hit on Post Malone for a moment.
Right.
I don't know what impact he's made in your life, but I do.
Not a lot.
I have a particular fondness to him, and I got to see him live and slap his hand. I wanted to hold down for good goddamn life and never let go, but
The soft hands.
you know that old song?
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand, brother.
Please.
Take me with you.
For the love of God.
Yeah, well, without further ado, I'm just going to show some video right now just to kind of like show a little bit about what Denny and Jason have been doing. I'm going to play it without the sound for now, just to kind of get an impression.
Sure.
But it's
good stuff.
Yeah, we'll kind of go back and forth here between videos. So I'm just going to turn the screen here. That's how that works. So we got some posty.
Ah, yes, yes.
Oh, and then it's Denny.
Whoa.
It's just going back and forth here, kind of playing
Spot
with
the difference, eh? This is one of my favorite Post Malone songs, as a matter of fact. So I enjoyed this remake very much.
Oh.
Hey. Viewer discretion.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's throw right to the stabbing.
The reactions, though, are great.
It's pretty great production value, I gotta say.
I can't even tell which one we're watching anymore.
No, me neither. Well, when you switched over to him at first in the car, I genuinely still thought it was Post Malone's video until, like, I thought it was someone else looking at him. Oh, look at that. What a shot.
Nice.
Oh, with the accordion. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to sort of getting into the nitty-gritty on how these videos are made, as well as the accordion stuff.
Like, yeah, not only at the musical level, but like the filmmaking level's incredible. I mean, I'd love to hear all about that. So,
yeah, like talking about like the time we first met on Whatever It Takes, that being the first time Denny and Jason collaborated. Like, I'm looking forward.
Our director our director Greg is in the chat. Shout out to
Greg Holmes, one and only.
Hard at work.
Taking
a break.
So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to I queued some of that sort of back and forth. Now I'm just going to do the intro, if that's cool.
Let's hear it.
Welcome, Squeeze and Thanks, aka Mr. Denny, to the live stream, everyone. Denny is an accordionist from Buffalo, New York. Pairing his filmmaking background with his love for the accordion, Denny and his friends bring you the craziest accordion music videos the internet has ever seen. Blending genres of modern American pop music with a forgotten instrument, we aim to introduce the accordion to new generations through familiar top hits of today. That's what they aim to introduce the accordion to a new generation. I just got a fan going in this room now, so we've got a little bit of background noise. Denny stars in all these videos and is captivating audiences around the world with all of these videos. Jason Jerkwitz helps in the filmmaking department, which should also not be taken lightly, as for the innovation and his ability to make all these videos so smooth and compared to their Hollywood music video original counterpart. You know,
Right,
they
right.
polish. Yeah, and we kind of were going over the highlights with the Post Malone canon, but they've got so much more content out there. So
Right.
watching this live stream, it's at Squeeze and Thanks, and you guys can go check them out. These parody videos are not only cool and funny, but they're also just, yeah, they've got great music, accordion performance, and the editing style is pretty slick too. So, yeah, man, it's I don't know. You have anything else to say there, Nick?
That's good. I mean, just from what we've seen, I'm excited to hear the stories behind creating some of these videos and just, you know, how he started out and what he's doing now and how the last year has been for him creatively and all that, as we always try to find out. I can't wait.
See you in a bit.
I'll check back later. Enjoy.
We did it, boys
And girls. Got you.
It's a great pleasure, everybody, to welcome Denny to the show. And he's an awesome content creator, does things, he's got his heart in the right place. Denny!
Hey, what's up, man?
That was so fast. You're here.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I haven't seen you since the 48.
Whatever.
Well, face to face. I mean, I don't know if you consider this. Yeah.
It's something. It's something. We're making do.
Yeah. How you been, man?
I've been okay. It's been a weird time for a lot of people. So I've just been trying to, like, I don't know, whole world's crazy, I'll be calm. Whole world's calm, I'll be crazy sort of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole world's crazy, so I'm trying to be calm.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's been a crazy year for sure, but it's all part of the journey. I mean, as you guys know, I lost the ability to play. I'm not playing right now because of my shoulder.
Yeah, I want to get into that.
Yeah, so that video that you kind of sampled a little bit before I came on, that was something we did right after I had the chance to meet Post Malone formally through his manager.
Okay.
I had made a video trying to get his manager's attention when Post Malone was coming to Buffalo to see if I could get on stage. And his manager actually got back to me and said, I'm going to set you guys up to meet tomorrow. And I missed the message. This was at 10 p.m. the night before. I was already on plan B. I was making signs, and everybody saw like the signs that I was making, and they're like, well, we hope you get to meet him. Like, I was getting all these messages, and I completely missed it. So
Danny, take me through the exact timeline of events here. So Post Malone, as we call him Post, was playing a show in Buffalo?
Yeah. He had a show in Buffalo in 2019. I think it was like September, October. And at that point, I had only been really performing for like 6 months. I did my first open mic, which led to street performing. Street performing led to being talked about on the radio, which led to being invited to a small music festival. I was on a small stage at a music festival, and that was my very first like solo show.
Yep.
And then after that, I wound up doing an even bigger music festival. And then, like, through a weird series of events, I was supposed to be on a small boat stage. And then that whole thing fell through. And then I wound up going on the main stage. So I had this crazy story of like, hey, I just started my performing career. I just did my first open mic 6 months ago. I did a music festival, which led to an even bigger music festival. And then I got on the main stage. Right. And I made this video saying, hey, with your help, I'd like to try and take this one step further. So I made a video and I targeted his manager, and a lot of people tagged his manager, sent it to his manager and stuff. And his manager never got back to me. And I was hoping to hear from him by a certain point, and I just didn't hear from him. And then by the time I actually, the day of, like, I was already on the plan B. I was making the signs, calling security, saying like, hey, if I can't bring my accordion in, can I give it to you and you can escort me? And if he calls me up, like, I had signs ready. I was so ready for this. And all I needed to do was just open my inbox and like actually see that
or on IG.
IG, yeah.
It was
So
and so you messaged him first, he got back to you, and then, or sorry, he messaged you first, you got back to him, and then he messaged you back, and you never got that one.
no, I had sent, like, I had tagged him. Many people were tagging him, and I just never heard back. And then at 10 p.m. is when he wrote. I just happened to miss it. I completely missed it. And it was the timing is just so weird. Like, I got the message like 5 minutes before he went on stage. I was in the bathroom. Yeah. So right after Sway Lee performed,
yeah,
he went off, and everyone's just kind of waiting. I ran to the bathroom, and I'm in the stall, and I'm like just scrolling through my phone, and all of a sudden I see it, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I felt the whole world shift, like, because like that's one of those things where like my whole career could have gotten started. It started no matter what, but it could have been projected so much further, and right. I really could have.
It's funny,
done something, you know.
It's funny because you could probably play with the hypothetical of if you had, replied and what would have happened that way, and maybe there's a hypothetical where it didn't work out, and maybe because you didn't reply now, it's going to work out in a different way. You know, so I mean, there's
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to actually meet him, because now I'm at least on like slight talking terms with his manager. And I say slight because I reached out again. I have some paintings on my wall in the other room. I made like 20 Post Malone stencil paintings. They were like 13 layer spray paint and stencil, like crazy, like shading to like, I mean, you have to see it, but I made all these paintings, and that was another like ploy to try and like be like, yo, Dre, let me send you these. Like, I made some of these paintings for you in post. Like, can I send you these? And he said, you pick. And I'm like, all right, cool. So like, I'm like, hey, so a few more weeks goes by, and I had a little private music festival during COVID. My friend was selling his house, and we threw a big party there and had like the perfect little stage, and awesome. It was a lot of fun. But by the time I had gotten back to him, he never got back to me, and that was it. So like so again, I'm like so close, but like, you know.
I watched that festival video that you made, and
cool, thank you, man.
And I was trying to, I was like trying to look into like stuff that you do outside of accordion, and squeezing things, because we could talk about that all day, but I'm kind of interested in the other stuff. So the fact that you had a music festival, that you had all these like little vendors, like braidables, the fact that it was your buddy's place, and you rigged up this whole stage and everything. I mean, I don't know if I can see how good the party was just from that video, but it looked pretty awesome. I mean,
that's the magic of editing, right?
For sure. Well, I mean, COVID, it's different time to be putting on events and stuff and trying to do stuff. I get that, but I guess just in a general loose sense, how important are live events and keeping like these things that we need to have for social, for so many reasons, alive, and keeping the momentum going for these types of events.
I mean, you said it yourself. It's an important thing that we have this in our community, and that's like what I wanted to do. It wasn't much. It was just a few. I mean, there was 3 acts, including myself. Yep. And but we tried to do everything we could as just some poor dude in Buffalo trying to make it happen. Just, spending my last few dollars to try and do something cool and just have a good time and really just give back, because like we all got ripped off with 2020. So even if I could create one memory for a couple of people that enjoyed it, like, we did it,
Yeah, and you had some great music acts on stage there too, like some like nice sort of like acoustic, nice chill, but also then like some more like sort of harder stuff too. So I was digging the other 2 acts that you had to open for you as well. I'm gonna take you through a few questions if you're down.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Where were you born?
Buffalo.
Where are you from?
Buffalo. It's kind of too far.
Where are your parents from?
They both grew up in the area. Yeah.
Okay. Are you currently in a relationship?
Yep. Yeah, I'm dating Caroline. She's probably on the chat somewhere.
Hey, Caroline.
Watching.
So you don't want to go. Don't want to go for coffee then? Okay. What did your parents do for work?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad was an electrician. Yeah, he worked pretty hard and supported us, and we didn't have much, but we did all right. So.
Well, growing up in Buffalo, that like what was it like growing up?
We grew up in West Seneca.
Oh, West Seneca. Okay.
Yeah.
What's it like in West Seneca compared to Buffalo?
Just not very much. There's like a plaza, and like there's a couple of like plazas and stuff, and like I don't know. There's not really much.
You have like a favorite from that plaza? What was the best spot in the plaza to hang?
Well, back in the day, I think they moved. There was a guitar factory. Guitar Factory was the name of the business, and I worked there for a little bit. I did inventory for them, and that was like even before I did anything like with the accordion or whatever. That was years ago. I was more into the ukulele at the time.
Right.
But yeah.
When did you first pick up the accordion?
I think I was 23.
Oh.
So that was almost a decade ago. I'm about to be 33.
Damn!
I'm starting to get some grays.
What is your favorite food?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm on a Whole30 diet right now, where you do like whole food for 30 days, and it's like an elimination diet.
Okay.
So you do 30 days where you eliminate anything that could be an allergen.
Okay.
And now I don't have many options as to like what I can eat. I eat like fruit and vegetables, and my girlfriend cooks for me and stuff.
That's awesome.
My favorite food, like if I could do like one of these a day, it would probably be like a little roll of sushi. I could probably do sushi every day for like the rest of my life.
So the whole food, whole plant-based diet it's focusing on plants, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes.
Meats too. Yeah, meats as well. Quality meat.
Right.
Yeah, you basically remove dairy, peanuts, certain types of beans, grain such as corn and rice, and any breads, or like it's tough. But I think I'm on probably day 9 or so.
Shout out to Captain Tom and the Hooligans. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food, I eat it.
What's up, Tom? How you doing, man?
What's up, Tom?
Yeah, I went accordion shopping with Tom not too long ago. We went and bought some accordions from Roxy's Music.
Heyo.
Yeah.
I'm rocking my little brother's label, Care Records. I care about you, brother. Jackson is my little brother. He's based up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Northern Ontario. And
nice.
Trying to get the art scene going up there, man. It's tough. Small town art scenes. This is a topic of discussion in and of itself. You guys with Squeeze and Thanks, like this is crazy, the stuff you guys are pulling off in Buffalo. Like I don't even know what to say, man. Like I can't believe it's shot there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like it's just crazy that you guys are putting out just this content. So I want to get into the whole scene and stuff, but before I do, I just kind of wanted to hear your maybe perspective on why you think your channel's been successful. Is it linked to the accordion part? Is it linked to the filmmaking part? Or do you think that it's a combination of that plus the fact that you're acting in all these videos and your personality is becoming, you're the consistent face of Squeeze and Thanks. So what sort of things do you think bring out all together for your audience?
Really, I'm doing whatever I can to try and be as good as I can in every department. I could definitely be a better musician. I just signed up for a piano course, so I'm actually going to be really spending a lot of time in front of the piano,
awesome.
Just learning more about music. You would think with all my, I don't know if I have any around here. I came up with these learning kits for the accordion.
The charts.
Yeah. So this is just information that's out there. I just kind of repackaged it and made it pretty. But
right.
I made that for myself because I don't really know music very much. Like I have to look stuff up, and I'm more of a figure it out, sound it out, don't hit the buttons around it that don't sound good. And you know what I mean? Just that's my approach. But yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about music. But I mean, rounding back to your question, I don't know. You know, I think the success I have is really based on the people around me, the support system I have. You know, having Jason to help shoot, having the support of my girlfriend. It really is just having my drummer Jake. Jake's a big part of it as well.
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah, so it's really everybody just kind of coming together and just helping me. And I don't know if they see something in it or what, but I'm just honored to have them and to just have people like back me like they do. So yeah,
no doubt. I'm gonna keep going through all these questions because I have all these, like, we're getting into topics, but I just want to like get there, and I wrote too many questions, but I'm just gonna try and get through them.
Yeah.
What is your favorite hobby on Sundays?
Oh, on what days?
On Sundays.
Well, I thought you were just gonna say my favorite hobby. One of my I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan. It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just that I never grew up with sports. My dad wasn't into sports, and like I was into skateboarding. Like that was my big thing.
That's a sport.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's becoming more of one, but yeah, no real hobbies on Sunday. I'm either uploading a video because I'm starting to do like weekly videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Of just like educational stuff now that my shoulder's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to your question, my one of my guilty pleasures is this playing with a handboard. It's like you know the dudes that like do the fingerboard, but this is like bigger, and you use like two hands, and it's so fun. And like I have all these like marble. I have all this marble. Like I have all these like rails that I built, and that's what I do. I stand in front of my little setup and I play with toys. That's
amazing.
Yeah. But that's all that I have now. I mean, I can't skate like I used to anymore, and that was like one of the biggest things in my life. And I mean, I can still do it, but it's like you have to choose. You know what I mean? Am I still getting the sense of satisfaction by showing up to the skate park and doing a few tricks that I'm not really good at anymore and hurting myself? Like, so I kind of just scaled it back, and I skate every now and again. I bought a one wheel, which is a electric skateboard. It's like the big fat tire with the two
from the weekend
platforms, and you lean into it and it takes you.
From the weekend video, you used that, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of like my retirement home. I do all my I scoot around on that thing.
That's taking you through the Inside the Wildfire studio questions, very much similar into the Actors Studio by formerly known James Lipton. Rest in peace, James Lipton. What is your favorite word?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one.
No, I'm not here to ask easy questions, Denny. I'm going all in.
I would say it probably has to be squeeze. Like yeah, because like obviously with the name Squeeze and Thanks, like I'm always thinking about like wordplay and like what else could I do? Like I don't know. Yeah. So
yeah. Had you come across? Of course.
What was that?
The pun I used today in the post, accordionly.
Oh yeah. They make T-shirts with that stuff on there.
What is your least favorite word?
I don't know.
It's good. No negative.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I have like a least favorite. I don't know if I've narrowed it down in my mind where I've like, I can't hear this.
What turns you off?
I think for a lot of people, pessimism is one of those things where if you're just pessimistic and you just have a negative outlook, and I mean, that's infectious. Like all the people around you are feeling that or experiencing that in some form. So just with what I'm doing and with even the name, like Squeeze and Thanks, like you can get a lot further with gratitude. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think just low vibes and just, yeah, it's something I'm not.
What turns you on?
Well, definitely like playing the accordion. I love performing for people. I love doing shows, and there's really no better place to be than just like closing my eyes, having the accordion on me, and just feeling the vibration of the instrument. You know what I mean? Because the accordion is a very expressive instrument, and when you play like the acoustic ones, those ones, if you play a good acoustic accordion, like there's no better feeling than that. I'm stuck with the electric one because I do a lot of shows and a lot of recording and stuff. So like the electric one is almost like wearing a condom, if that makes sense. So
how many accordions do you own?
I got a couple of little ones. I got a couple of smaller ones, but right. I lent some out. But I think I'm around 10 or somewhere around that. A bunch of them aren't working right now. Not a bunch, but a few of them aren't working. And I picked them up just so I could fix them. I want to start, like I said, I'm doing more educational stuff on YouTube now. And I've had a few people request videos on how to fix an accordion. So I've grabbed a few accordions that have different problems, and I'm going to, attempt fixing them, see if I can do it.
What sound or noise do you hate?
If it's anything that wakes me up in the morning and I can't go back to bed, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have a answer for that.
No nails on the chalkboard, nothing like that. You're okay with it. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love other than accordion? Other than the sound.
Well, I don't know if it's any certain sound or anything. I mean, really, the accordion just is one of those things that does it for me. Like, I love the sound of the accordion. It's so versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite sound is probably the accordion. I don't like polka too much. So like traditional accordion, it's all right. It's all right. I respect it. But I like to bring it to pop music, and just pop music is like the perfect thing for the accordion. At least for my situation. Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck. Yeah.
What profession rather than your own would you like to attempt?
I think I'm right where I want to be, like making wedding videos and doing my accordion stuff. Like those are two things that like I get a lot of satisfaction from both of them. And if I was doing anything else, I romanticize over the idea of like being an artist, doing more art stuff. I had a lot of fun with those paintings and stuff, but it's a lot of work. It's a hustle, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough making it as like an artist. Yeah.
If heaven exists, what would you want to hear from God at the pearly gates?
Come on in.
Be a little squeeze and thank you.
Yeah.
We met back on Whatever It Takes, and I believe at that time there was no squeeze and thanks. There was no squeeze and thanks. You were playing the accordion at the time. You probably about, I guess it's about 3 or 4 years ago now that this was Whatever It Takes.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was a classic case, like most accordion players are. Yeah, no, I didn't feel, because there's and I've spoken with other accordionists, that there's a real stigma around the instrument. Like, I remember being at my first open mic and like pulling my accordion out, just getting ready, walking to the stage, and you can hear like the snickering in the back, like, and it's like there's like a real stigma surrounding the accordion. Like, it's this like funny thing. Like, they expect me to start cracking jokes or yeah, but I am just kind of trying to do like the opposite, just make it relative. And I guess in my mind, I just try and do whatever I would think somebody would do if they were like a pop star. You know what I mean? And my reason for that is I would like to inspire a new generation of accordion players. I don't care what they play. Whatever, as long as they're playing the instrument and the instrument doesn't die. Yeah, I mean, there's companies that are just closing their door. Roland, which is my accordion, I have 2 of their accordions. I've like reached out to them several times and they don't get back to me. They've invested a lot of money in their accordion line and it doesn't sell, and it comprises less than 1% of the company's makeup because they do keyboards and drums and all that stuff. But yeah, my whole mission and fight is to revitalize it and just hopefully inspire just even a handful of people. Because if a handful of people go out into the world and interact with other people and play music for other people, like, it'll just be spreading this
wildfire.
Yeah, exactly.
What? So I'm curious on how it sort of all began for you, because obviously you picked it up and you started learning it, but when did this deeply rooted passion and feeling like of really wanting to push the envelope with getting involved with the community and education, like just, and sort of, you know, bringing it into the mainstream kind of, you know, and trying to like show it off in a new way that it's never been seen before? What was that process like? And yeah, I'm just curious about that.
So
you feel deep.
What's that?
You feel deeply about it, like it's important to you to share this. So
yeah. I lay in bed at night just thinking, what can I do to better the accordion? Well, like, right. What can I do to help this live on? Because it's just dying off, and like, it's going to get to a point where you can't buy used accordions anymore. They're just going to be in such bad shape, or they're bought up. Like, we need new companies doing this stuff. Right. But I've had like the idea to do like stuff like this since I first started. I was searching the internet, accordion chord chart, nothing. Like you'll get a bass chart that's articulated in a way that doesn't make sense. You'll get a piano chord chart, which is articulated for a piano, but nothing's articulated kind of right. like this. You know what I mean? Right. Where it's all like, if you're playing the accordion, it's all, you could reach up and play it on top of the chart and it drops down on the instrument. And I've thought about this for the longest time, but never had the time to make it. And yeah, when I had my, what's that?
Giving these out, or like, how are you selling these? Like, are they in?
So I one of the charts in there I give out for free, which is probably the most valuable chart, which is the accordion chord chart. Yep. And that has the chords laid out in a circle of fifths layout. So the bass is all laid out in circle of fifths. Okay. So having both of them laid out in that way just adds to like almost like a synchronized way of learning. You know what I mean? You're learning your C right here. You just go a little bit over to your F, but like in the chart, you don't have to jump from C chromatically to F, because circle of fifths, it's right next to it. So right. That really, really helps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely cut you off on another tangent, or what we were talking about. Okay.
Oh, no, it's all right. Yeah, I think with the whole like push to get this started was when my shoulder wore out. After that, yeah, just not meeting Post Malone, spiraling into a depression, not working out. At the time, I was in the best shape of my life, the biggest I've ever been, and it all kind of like fell out the window. I mean, I'm all right, I'm healthy, but I'm not where I was physically. I really had bulked up a lot, and that helped with carrying a 30-pound instrument. And I was doing it the wrong way. I had some straps that
It reminded me to sit up straight and have better posture too. Like it's so important. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm always trying to check my posture and stuff, and keep my shoulders back, and it's a lot to keep up on. I still feel like I'm at ground zero with everything. I'm still at the basic exercises, but you really have to like balance everything. It's almost as if you're like a waiter taking food out to a table, and they're like impatient, and like you're rushing, and then all of a sudden it just falls everywhere, and you got to go back and you got to start the recipe from the beginning, and it's just like it sucks. It really sucks having a shoulder injury. I think it's called scapular dyskinesis.
Okay.
And it's just it's brought about by repetitive motion, and it basically, your shoulder will like move around in different positions. So there's times where the head of my shoulder falls out, and it's like sticking out, and like it's not like bad. I could still lift my arm and do whatever, but like there's points where I have to like lay on the floor and tap it back into place. And I've learned this stuff from my chiropractor. I've learned certain techniques from my chiropractor that help and saves me money. But it's rough. I really got to slow it down. Like I crashed on my one wheel just the other day, and like I braced my fall with this hand so I would topple over to this side, and like that just jostled everything. And it really is like one of these things that I just like, I gotta stay on it. I gotta be careful.
Are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed. So it helps, but like, this is like my weak hand, and like, it's a whole inch smaller, or it's like a half inch smaller than my other arm, but like I don't know. Yeah. 30 does hit you hard.
Very good. I want to go back. We had Desnag saying, I'm not presentable, so don't want to join the video, but I agree about wearing an acoustic accordionis. It's nearly a sensual experience with the breathing and low bass vibration. She said, oops, my internet glitched. She led, of course, read acoustic accordions. Should have said, of course. Okay, I'm done typing. Too much nonsense. Correction. That's okay. We're figuring it out together. You know, it's just about trying. I think you're getting a lot of support, though, Denny, I'm sure, with everything that you're going through, having this YouTube channel and people sort of being along for the ride. So I'm curious about, I mean, how long do you expect to be out of the accordion game? Is it a forever situation? What's the rehab like to get back? Or what's even just rehab like to get back to a state of where you're kind of maybe can go to the gym again and, you know, work out more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm not even at a point where I can do any upper body. I can't do back, I can't do chest, I can't do arms, I can't do anything. Like when you have a shoulder injury, just consider like half of your body just gone and you can't use it. Like, half of your upper body, but
right.
I'm thinking I could probably get back to, based off of how my body healed last time. I was doing better last summer. I was working my way up, and I was getting to a point where it was actually like getting better, and I was performing more, and it was still kind of rough, but I was at least getting better. I'm thinking probably by summer. Yeah, probably by summer, another 4 or 5 months.
It's like you can give yourself enough time as you want, and the time, even though it does impact it, it kind of also doesn't, because if you're not using the time properly, then you're not going to get back to normal. So you really have to just be really devoted to the time that you're going to put in, that over the how long it takes, but just to rehab it, right? Like, and that rehab is just so important. It's just so important. It's the only thing that's important to get it back.
Yeah. No, it is one of those things where it's like I've hit the reset button now so many times, like just reset back to start, and it's like it's tough. It's so tough having this condition. But I don't know if there's any accordion players in the chat right now, but I figured out a way where you can strap up your accordion, and it is totally different.
Really?
And I'm gonna do a video soon, but I figured out a new way of like strapping the accordion. I borrowed it from another company. I watched how they put their straps together, and I'm like, wait a second, I got some shitty straps sitting in the other room. Like, what if, like, the idea hit me, and I'm like, what if it works? And all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, I figured out a strap solution where this is something for performers, for people who stand, who busk, who street perform.
Right.
That's who this is for. And it's a game changer. It puts all the weight on your hips.
Nice.
in your waist instead of like your shoulders. So
right.
Yeah, just I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out, but yeah.
Sounds kind of like an easy rig for the accordion.
Yeah, it's a little bit more tough to put on. I'm still kind of ironing out the how I want to have it, like, because I want to make it so you can just throw it on, like click a latch, and then it'd be good to go. But right now I have it set up where it's a little bit more tough to put together, but I'll figure it out.
So the very first Post Malone music video that you did, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you dressed up as him for Halloween?
Yeah, that was really what spiraled all of this. Like at the time, I knew I wanted to make accordion videos. I just never made my. What's that? You
braided your hair?
Yeah.
You did?
I didn't do it. No, the Braid Babes did.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They did all the cornrows and everything, and we just kind of copied his hairstyle in his video. But yeah, I dressed up for him as Halloween, and it was like a last minute thing. Like, Jason, do you want to like maybe film me? And like Jason's like, yeah, like, so that's like where it all stemmed from.
And that was the White. Yeah.
Well, it was White Iverson, Congratulations, and Psycho. It was like a 3-part video. Yeah.
And that wasn't the first Squeeze and Thanks video, was it? No.
No, I had some acoustic ones where it was just like me, the camera, one take, like just play it through like 2, 3, 4 minutes of just like a single angle, and it was really fucking boring. Like, it was cool because I set up with like a DSLR. I had the creamy background, like it looked nice, but it was really boring. And it's just like you always have to be questioning, like, what can I do to keep people on my video longer? You know what I mean? So I knew I had wanted to do like official music videos, but I didn't know what that would look like. I didn't know really what that was. But after doing that video, that Post Malone video, that was it. It was like, hooked. Like, this is so much fun. Like, I feel like it's skating, because with skateboarding, you would go out and you would film your trick, and you might get it, you might not. And like, it's the same thing. Like,
right.
you might get a take of you doing it, you might not. You know what I mean? Like, there's no better feeling than having the accordion in the back of the car, driving back home, just knowing I got the footage. I can't wait to edit. Like, yeah. So that's yeah.
Yeah. And the attention to detail to get these, I mean, I guess we call them parodies, but they're you know, they're taking the video pretty well shot for shot, and you're editing it to the same video. So I guess go over some of the challenges, technically, creatively, logistically, to be able to pull these together, and maybe using one of the most difficult ones that you've done as sort of an example.
Yeah. So that one that you showed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Goodbyes by Post Malone.
Yep.
That one was crazy. Like, I decided that I want to do the video, like, I think maybe 3 days before the actual video. Yeah, like 3 days before we started shooting. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I had to like write out all the shot list, like go through the video and pause it every like moment by moment, write out like, all right, it's this shot. All right, like I got to copy this. And like, yeah. And like, even on the day of, we had my friend Kiana helping out with Jason, kind of having a phone ready, just going through, watching the video, queuing up the next shot that we had to get. And yeah, and it's a fun format because like the work is done. Like the music is done, the video is done. You just have to copy it and like do your best to make it look like the original.
And you have to perform. You have to act. You have to do your due diligence to try and make it, you know, exactly what, or not exactly, but to try and find that place to be that thing, you know. So that's pretty fucking cool. Kudos to you for acting, man. Kudos for your performance aspects in these videos. It's killer. I love it.
Thank you. I do all right without dialogue, but as soon as I have to start talking, it's like some of my videos that I take, like in my office here, I might be sitting there in front of the camera for hours trying to just get it out. But no, I mean, I'd like to probably try some acting at some point. I don't know. I mean, I've done enough acting now with my mouth closed where I'm not saying anything. I'd like to, I don't know. Yeah, just see what happens. I think it'd be fun.
Voice acting thing, because I work at a studio in Toronto where we do a lot of like animated shows, and so I see all these actors come into the vocal booths, and yeah, I mean, I've done some tests and stuff, and it's just crazy the consciousness breathing and like not when you're talking, because breathing's so fucking loud. Like you don't, I never realized how breathing was so loud. I'm a loud breather.
Yeah, I feel like I might have I don't know what it is. I know my voice is like a little nasally, and like I may have a tongue that's like a little bit bigger than my mouth. Like I don't know, but like there's sometimes when I'm like trying to get through things and I'm like, fuck, like, you should be able to say these words. Or like, I don't know, but I don't know. It's a learning process.
And it's just the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool that you guys are adapting these music videos, obviously with the new content, education-wise. Looking forward to that. Our shoulder health, I'm looking forward to a lot of that kind of stuff. Do you have any interest in like just teaching the accordion to people in general? Like,
I don't feel like I know the accordion very well.
Right.
So when I play a song, like I almost like assign numbers to like some of the bass buttons. Like with most pop songs, you might have only 4 chords, and that's nice because all you have to think is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know where they are. And that's how my mind does it. I go about doing it though very differently than most, and I don't know. I mean, maybe down the road I might consider teaching it once I have a better handle on it myself. But like, yeah, I do a pretty good job of like just flubbing it and like making it seem like I know what I'm doing and just memorize stuff. But like, really, I'm not like, if you put me in a situation where I had to be musical and like do my own thing, I could figure it out. But like, I'm not very good. Like, I'll be the first to say it. But like, I have so much fun doing it. So like, I don't know if this could be an example for anybody else. I don't think you should hold back on putting yourself out there if you think you're not good enough, because I'm the first to say it. Like, I'm not very good at the accordion. If you compare me to like classically trained professionals, they're all up and down. I'm just sticking to like 1 note, maybe 2, maybe 3 sometimes. but for the most part, like I just kind of, I do the best I can with what I have with very little education.
Have you received any feedback from the accordion community about your playing, and have you received any negative feedback about your playing?
No, I haven't heard anything of like anybody saying like he's not very good or whatever, but like, I'm the first to say it. I'm probably the first to say it.
Yes.
But yeah, so
good.
I've had good feedback on the charts. The charts are like, people are downloading them like almost 5 times a day. I'm getting like 5 different people, like on average, like coming through to my website, downloading it, and it's just incredible. And like, if you do the math, like that adds up quick. I think I'm close to probably getting close to 350, 400 chord charts given away. So like that creates like a blip in the accordion consciousness, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy to think that some poor dude in Buffalo, resourceful, but I'm not coming from much. I'm making these things happen. Like what you see is like just going after it until it gets done. You know what I mean? The reason my videos look so good is because, I hire the best. I work with Jason, and I have some other friends that I work with sometimes. Like, I really try and just be resourceful and see what I can do with the little I have.
So talking a little bit about the collaboration with Jason and pulling off Hollywood looks in these films, in these videos, like what are some of those things that he brings to the table? I know he's art department props, but I guess being a director and camera as well, like I'm just curious what Jason's bringing to the table.
Jason has like the same level of perfectionism or perfectionist in him or whatever it is. He's got that, and I feel like sometimes he might even have it more than I do, because he's he knows about lighting. He's very well trained, and it's just all like a dude who figured it out in like no time at all. He's only been making videos for like 5 years, which is like crazy for how good he is.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I don't know if I remember what the question was.
Yeah, I guess just I mean, he's bringing his professionalism. He's learning all these things, and in only 5 years, like getting a Hollywood look. So I'm just like, I'm wowed out. Obviously, the reason these videos do so well isn't just one thing. It's because there's a lot of people outside of you and Jason too that are coming to the table and themselves up too. So I guess, I guess just working with different people.
It's phoning in favors. That's the biggest thing. Phoning in favors. Like, all right, we're having a party video. All right, I have to send out 150 messages and hope that 15 people show up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. If I don't have it, or if I need to figure out how to get it, like, or make it, like, there's always a way. You just have to like really just keep drilling at that subject until you figure out like a solution. Like the same way, like how much worse does my shoulder have to get until I figure out a better way of strapping the accordion onto my body, you know?
Well, and also just in regards to the Buffalo art scene, Buffalo film community, and everything going on over there, I mean, creating a sustainable art scene means people need to show up. So I guess, what strategies or ways of organizing and getting people together have you found successful?
I don't know. I mean, word of mouth usually seems to sending out the text messages myself, and like just sending out messages, and that's really it. Like just sending out a ton of messages. Yeah, but I mean, there's better ways of doing it. I mean, I don't know. I guess we've been living in such a weird situation that, like, even with that music festival that I threw, like, I can only invite so many people. You know what I mean? Like, I have to keep it kind of contained. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if I were to you know, have another music festival, I would probably, and if limitations were lifted, I would probably run ads, just run ads on Facebook, Instagram. I'm probably going to run some ads soon for these on YouTube. I've heard that Google and YouTube have almost a better return of investment with some of their ads.
And like Facebook.
As opposed to like Facebook or Instagram. But yeah.
So you still are making wedding videos?
Yeah. I've scaled back. I don't do as many as I used to, but I still do some, and I'd prefer it to be that way. I can give the couple more attention. I don't have 20 brides calling me. I have 10.
Well, so this is my opportunity to take some notes because I've been asked by one of my best friends and his fiance to shoot their wedding in 2022.
Okay. In
September of that year. So I'm gonna shoot it, and I said you can either pay me $500 now or $5,000 then, because that's what I'll be worth in 2022. No.
Yeah. Have you shot any weddings?
But I've done one as a favor, as like a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one.
Just watch a bunch of wedding videos. I mean, if you want, like, you can totally copy my stuff. Like, I won't be upset. Like, that's what we do. Like, we see something and then we imitate it. It's usually like the biggest form of flattery is imitation. So, there's a format to it. Like, there's a format to it. You know what I mean? And the short format seems to be a better format.
Yeah. Like 5 to 10.
Like, 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like for a highlight film, and the longer you get, you can expect it to be more fluffy and like not as interesting. So when you have like a a 5-minute video. Like that's like the sweet spot. That's a good number. And just kind of knowing what to expect, like knowing where to be, like knowing how much time you have between one thing and another. I prioritize, there's like 3, I actually just redid my wedding website.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you want to check that out, it's heartboundlovestories.com. Okay. And I just put together a little like tips packet for anybody shopping for wedding videos. If you want, you know, some wedding tips, you could download that. And I just give that away for free because I'm at a point in my life where I just want to give everything away. And
you're just giving resources to the world. It's incredible. You're an education.
Well, it's, you put it out there and it will come back. It will come back. It might not be at the rate you expect or whatever, but I would rather just give out value, just give out stuff that people find useful or practical. And if they like it, maybe they buy something from me. If they like it, maybe they book a wedding, you know? Right. If not, I'm making the scene better. I'm making the community better because now all of a sudden, like there's a new standard, yeah, and I don't know, I just want to help people. You know what I mean? Like if there's a couple who's out there who can't afford me, but they get some value out of the tips that I give them and they relay that to their videographer and he gets better and like everybody wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that, man. I like that. This is good vibes. I just want to get back just to get one more question out of you because you're my resource right now for this wedding video research. For the tech heads out there, some gear that you should definitely plan to have with you at a wedding, stuff that makes a huge difference.
The Tascam DR10, there might be better ones. There might be better lav mic situations, but the Tascam DR10, I have 3 of them. And those are the wireless mics, but it's just a mic that goes to a pack, and that's it. It records internally on a card. You don't have to fuss with anything. There's no levels. It does everything automatically. And that's one piece where like you can almost bet every time you'll get good audio. Right. Unless the battery dies, but with a regular alkaline battery, that's the best way to go. The rechargeable ones don't work as good. Right. But because audio is half of video, you know what I mean? And if you have good, clean audio, you'll be good. But if you could pick up 2 of those, maybe even 3. They used to sell for about $200 when I bought them. And again, that price may have dropped and there might be better options, but that's what I use. And you have to sync everything at the end. Of course. But there is like other options like the Rode Go, which is like the same thing, but it transmits. And that could cause issues with a PA system or a church system. Right. If you can avoid that, which I like to do, there's only a few parts of the day that you have to sync audio. So it's not that bad. Like a couple of card readings, the ceremony, the speeches. And I like to put a draper in front of one of the speakers for like the speeches. If you only have one, you could do that. Or another thing I like to do is gaffer tape one of them to the mic. Okay. So for like the speeches, it's just all gaff taped to the mic, and you have just like the end of it right next to the mouthpiece.
Yeah. So you're getting that audio.
Yeah. And then you don't have to mic individual people. If there's 3 speeches, 4 speeches, and the mic gets passed and everyone's good.
I did have one did do, so it was great to have all that audio. But the problem I would say with the way that I put that one together in the edit was it was long.
It was a half an hour long?
No, it's like an hour. It's like,
oh yeah. Well, yeah, just think short format. Like, but it is more difficult because like you have to tell this entire story in a short amount of time, but you can make it really dense and great. Yeah, like you really have to go through as you're like, I mean, there's 3, well, there's like a series of steps that I do with editing my weddings. I dump all the footage in, I'll go through everything and cut up all the unusable stuff and delete everything else. And then I put a title between each thing, and it's real basic. And that's the first step. And then the second step is like do the live stuff, like put all the live stuff together, like the ceremony and all that other stuff. And once you like whittle it down from there, that's when you have like a good format to just like, all right, these are all the good clips. This is like all the live stuff. This is what I have. And like when you're listening to the live stuff, I would you can highlight clips or like colorize clips. And if there's like a part that's like great, you're like, I know that I could use this audio bite, you can highlight it. Like I like to do like the mango color, which is orange. I'm in Premiere. But that'll help you like start to understand what good audio stuff you can use, because like there's different levels of like wedding films. Like when you start out, it's a lot like like you're making a lot like music videos, where it's like it's a music video and like you don't really hear much, but you see what's happening, but it's kind of set to music, and there's only so much emotion you can stir up with that. Right. When you start to hear the couple's voice and like the actual vows that they write, it really is one of those like opportunities for you to just make it so much more
personalized too.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you help, Denny, man. Like this is awesome, and having you on.
If you want to call me up after this, man, like after we get off, like let me know. I'm happy to help out, and just watch some of my wedding films. You'll get an idea right away. Like, all right, like I probably should shoot stuff like this. I should probably shoot stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Heartboundlovestories.com, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Just a few more questions to wrap up. I don't want to take too much more of our live stream.
All night, man. I'm enjoying this.
Which mentors have helped you along the way? Are there any that you'd like to give a shout out to?
I don't. That's tough to say. Like I don't know if I have like a mentor. Like there was a moment where I was like, when I was first learning a little bit of accordion stuff, my buddy Frank Reno, he's an accordion player as well. He's older. He plays in a German band, and he does a lot of polka music. He's super, super good. Right. I kind of studied under him for a little bit, but it's so tough for me to just like learn music. Like I can't, like it's really tough for me to sit in front of something and just learn it. So I haven't had like really any mentors, but no, as far as like a mentor that's from afar, I watch a lot of Gary V's stuff.
Oh yeah.
You familiar with him? Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yeah. What specifically are you gleaning out of his approach?
Everything. He gives everything away. And then like, if people like it, they come back. Yeah. If not, whatever. They're going to steal it anyways from somewhere, or you know what I mean? Like, you may as well just give it away. And I find that, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens with this new approach, just giving away all these tips and stuff on my wedding website for brides to take and run with if they want. But I think there's enough value in there to see like this guy knows what he's talking about. So what's that?
I just said #runaway bride. You said brides that will.
Yeah, hopefully they're running away from me and not the groom. But
I bartended a bunch of weddings last year. So I got this when I first moved to Toronto. I've only been in Toronto for 2 years now. Before that, I was in St. Catharines doing film there, trying to figure my shit out. And it's not easy to figure your shit out. Still isn't, but anyway. So I was bartending. Originally, I just got a job at a comedy club in Toronto, bartending randomly, and it wasn't really a great bartending job. It was just kind of a job. But a guy there was like, "Yo, you're into film, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Well, I work at this other place that does the TIFF parties for all the actors and stuff, and you could like it's like easy, build your own bar and bartend there." So I did like 10 straight days, not last year, but the year before for TIFF, and it was insane, dude. It was literally the most insane. I've never been around that kind of crazy party-ness in my life.
For 10 days?
Well, it's 10 days of TIFF, and like, I think like 4 or 5 of them were like pretty hardcore banger nights. And then there was like 3 or 4 premiere parties that were not banging because it's so many security, and like there's Matt Damon and Christian Bale from Ford versus Ferrari, so it's like that's a chill party. You can't, it's not crazy. But then there's the crazy ones where it's like literally, this is pre-COVID, where it's shoulder to shoulder in a room with a band, and the bartenders are drinking, the people are drinking. It's just the most insane. I didn't drink. I was just like, this is insane. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm like, I smoked a joint earlier, and I was like, that's good. That's all I need. This is just so much energy. But I bartended a bunch of weddings after that, and it was just really cool seeing how each wedding is different, and how the families all approach it differently. And I got to say, the best one was a Filipino wedding. It was so much fun. Oh my God, it was insane.
Yeah. Some of those
before anything even happened, dinner was the best part.
Oh yeah. I love ethnic weddings. Like the food is always the best because it's like, I've never tasted this before. Like it's always something different. Like I love it.
No, it's good times, man. It's weird living in Toronto during COVID. It's a big city, kind of like, you know, Canada's New York, and COVID's been kind of weird. It's weird because like I'll walk by the CN Tower, which is like our landmark of Canada, and I'm like, there's nobody here. There's literally nobody here. This is weird. Weird. But at the same time, I'm from a small town, so I kind of like it in a way because it feels like I'm kind of like owning this big city, and it's not as intimidating. It's just big buildings, but not crazy amounts of people, I guess. But
yeah,
no.
I think I've gained more of an appreciation for alone time. I definitely was probably someone who experienced FOMO, you know, the fear of missing out. Like, it's the weekend. What should I be doing? I'm not shooting a wedding this weekend. Like, I should be out doing something. Like, having this whole like scaled back society, like I kind of like it. I kind of like sitting in my apartment all day just getting work done. Like there's a lot of like there's so much up here that like I just have to get out, and I can only work at a human's rate. And like that's, you know what I mean? So getting this extra, it's like extra time. It's like a lot of extra time. Like you could go hang out with friends here or friends there, and at the end of the week, how many hours did you eat up hanging out with people? How many hours did you eat up doing this or that? Like right. Now that everything is so scaled back, like it is nice. Like it's kind of nice. Like it's nice to just breathe, and it's like nobody's doing anything right now. We're all just kind of in this together, and like this is just more time for me to be creative, and I guess just learning something about myself more, you know? So
what's I guess your workflow sort of process, or like do you create lists, and in regards to, I guess, because a lot of what you're doing is online, there's a lot of online networking that goes on in there. I'm just curious about like initial reach outs, follow-up game, that kind of stuff. Like take me through a bit of your workflows.
Well, now with the educational stuff, I start out with the idea. The idea is the first thing. The second is keyword research. So like these are like steps that like if you follow these, this is the way to do it. You research the keywords, and then you use other plugins and stuff that work with YouTube that can help you research that. So research and SEO optimization and stuff like that. You kind of want to do that before, because then you know how you want to format your video, or what words you want to say. Right. You want to start the video out by saying the title. Hey, like, do you experience this problem? Are you having this issue? Well, in this video, we're going to, and then there's the title, because YouTube, that's one thing that YouTube likes is seeing that, are they talking about what they're saying they're talking about? So like, that's something. The research, then writing it. Then after it's written, it follows a format of hook, intro, a little bit more, content, and then over deliver. So those are like that's a good format to follow. Nice. For a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And then so that brings us to, what are we at? Research, writing, then there's shooting.
Yeah.
Then there's editing.
Yeah.
Then there might be more shooting to pick up shots or further explain certain ideas that you really want to get in there and let somebody know how you're thinking, you know? Yeah. So I go back and I reshoot, I re-edit, re-video, or re-voice over some stuff. And then, yeah, after editing, export, upload, and then after uploading it, you optimize it.
Right.
So that's making sure the keywords are there. I mean, this is how much research goes into one video.
Right.
If you can, like, this is all like keywords and stuff. I have like the scores written down for certain stuff.
Yeah.
But this is like on average what it takes to do like the keyword research and all that stuff. And then, yeah, when you go to upload it, you have to relay all that stuff, like fit as many keywords into the title or into the description or into the tags. And then, yeah, after that, it's just optimizing it, uploading it to Facebook, Instagram, Reddit.
Yep.
Yeah, Reddit's a big one. If you're able to get something to take off on there, that's a good spot. And you can really narrow in on the audience too.
Right. That's pretty awesome. And I interviewed last week Vladimir, and he has a YouTube channel called Vladcast that he's been doing a video every day
wow.
for 3 months straight.
That's crazy. That's a lot of work.
I think it's a video every single day. I want to say it's a video every single day, but he grew to 25,000 subscribers.
Oh wow! Well, that's what it is—a consistency. Yeah,
it's consistency, but it's also like he's been also experimenting with different formats, and they have been less views overall, but they're like what he wants to be doing with his videos. So it's kind of funny how, you know, you do what works and what's successful, and then you have this pressure to do it because you think it's going to be successful. But then again, at the end of the day, you want to be creating something that you want to be doing, that your heart's in the right place. You don't want to sell out. So it's a lot to just sort of keep in your mind and like keep challenging yourself to, you know, not be satisfied with just doing the status quo of what you already know might work. You know what I mean, as well. So it's interesting from that perspective. My co-host Nick does TikTok, and his videos they've gone up and down, but he's had ones that have gotten over 1 million, and it's like, damn, like what worked there, and then the ripple effect, you have like a viral moment, and then all your videos are doing really well too. So it's just this whole online social media, and during COVID, this stuff is like, it's happening now too. Like this is the time to really learn about it and put stuff into, like, implement stuff. I'm trying to figure it out myself. That's why I ask all these questions and have these live streams, or we just try to learn stuff. But it's interesting learning about your journey, man. Like, so you started off in skateboarding, kind of like do skateboarding videos the first time you picked up the camera and started like shooting and editing.
Yeah, that was like my first love, like was skateboarding. Like I was skating, like I'd get out of school, I would skate all day, like until I had to come home for bed. Like,
right.
And, yeah, and obviously with that came the filming, making skate videos. We had a website where we would do like videos every week, and we would go to different skate parks and put up these little like montages of like different parks.
Oh yeah.
And it was just such a beautiful physical way of learning how to like make videos, because like I was also filming but also skating. We just had like a media pod of dudes, like we would skate and we would film it. But yeah, it's I learned everything from skating.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Got the cleaning staff in here. They're just not too much garbage. I'm sorry, I throw out a lot of stuff. Thank you, brother. I love the work you do. Yeah, I'm at my office right now. I'm in downtown Toronto production studio.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty banging. Have a good night, man.
Nightly cleanup.
Yeah, if you ever come over here, man, come on in. Like it's a pretty sweet spot. We're just downtown. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, I'm overdue for a trip to Toronto. My buddy lives out there. I met a friend in Colorado, and then he moved to Toronto, and I moved back to Buffalo. So like we met each other out there, and then yeah, he lives in Toronto now, and I've yet to stay at his place out there. But the one time when I stayed at his place in Colorado, and I was like back and forth from Buffalo, he had me on his he had like the worst setup, and like I was like on the floor basically. But yeah, I'm waiting for him to get a better setup, and I'll probably be out there. And yeah, he's getting married soon. I'm doing his wedding video.
Nice.
But,
Well,
yeah.
man, if you ever are in Toronto, definitely link up, man. Come on over. You are welcome in my home.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
It's it's been awesome having you on here. I mean, I have so many questions, but like I want to let you just do your thing, man. And if you have anything to say, you can go ahead, man. I'll bring Nick back on in a bit, and we'll close her out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything to say. This was a lot of fun. If you have any other questions, man, anything you didn't get to?
I'll hit you up.
All right, man. Yeah, let me know.
Thanks a lot, man, for doing this. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you, man. And good vibes are sent your way, all right? Lots of good vibes.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm grabbing them and sending them right back. I appreciate it.
Keep it going, man. Keep it going. I'll be tuning in, and I'd like to squeeze you and thank you for joining the show, my man.
Virtual hug. Thank you so much, man. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for this.
Say hi to Jason for me.
I will.
All right. Bye for now.
I'll see you.
Bye. That was Denny. Denny's the bomb. Gonna bring Nick on for a little outro. Welcome back, Nicholas. Putting on the outro music. Yo. Well, all I can say.
We're back.
Is you're frozen. All I can say.
Sorry about that. Connection. Oh, hell. This is a throwback.
Out of Hollywood, all I see is paradise, rolling like a paradise. Pepper pot, share slice. Can't wait till the day I'm getting checks like a pair of Nikes. Did my own thing. I ain't never been to Paris. Now rolling Fahrenheit.
How are you doing? Look at you, eh?
Very nice. Baby, come through, 'cause the crew's all here. 'Tis the
Well, brother.
ice pack. I'm a fly cat. Fat money couldn't buy that. Heavyweight champion.
Another stream in the books.
You're a talent.
Hey, I do what I can, brother. I do what I can.
I like the hat that you were wearing back then.
I still have that hat. I still wear that hat around the apartment.
Is it a cap?
Huh?
It's not a cap. It's one of those like sort of French hats.
No, it's a cap.
Oh, it's just a cap?
Just a little part of it, yeah.
Oh, I should have done the live stream with darkness. This is nice.
Looks cool.
Got to call Denny. Got to do it again.
One more time.
Oh, what were your highlights of watching the live stream this week, Nick?
My highlights of watching it? I mean, I really just love the natural flow of the conversation. Denny seems like a really awesome dude. And I'm glad he agreed to do this with us. It was a lot of fun. And, oh, God. And, oh, my God. I clicked on the effect like back when the music was playing, and it just loaded now. Oh, shit. But, yeah, if I got to say one thing that I really liked. Whoa. I'm just trying to get back to where I was. Oh, God. Well, anyway. I'm a mess. I just want to thank everybody for watching. And I love watching every week. I just think you're a great interviewer, and you ask the right questions at the right time. And you keep it going. And I respect you for that a lot.
Respect you, brother. We're going to keep it going with next week another live stream. It's good.
And I can't wait to bring it to the people.
We're coming from London. It's going to be a bit of an earlier live stream next week.
Really?
From London.
Who do we have? Would you like to say?
I do. Her name is Aya Isadwade.
Well, I can't wait for that, for one. And
everybody,
we'll see you then. We'll definitely post a lot about it before then. And
to all who tuned in from across the border in Buffalo, thanks for joining in, guys. I miss y'all. Can't wait to get back to Buffalo and make some films again. Miss it big time, man.
It was a great chat going. So
it was. I
appreciate everybody.
Notes, man. Like I have notes. from that live.
Ah, you learned.
I took notes. There's arrows.
There's arrows. It's official.
It's an official note. Thank you, Denny. All right.
Thank you very much. We got to say one thing to him, right? We got to say squeeze and thanks for coming on the show.
Squeeze and thanks, my man. Squeeze and thanks.
All right, everybody. Have a good night and a good week, and stay safe and stay happy.
Stay chipper.
Bye.
Back
Chip and Dale.
Hey, Michael Lake just joined.
I love that man.
Hey, Michael. Shout
Michael,
out.
we love you.
You're a great man.
I'll talk to you later.
Much love. Much love.
Much love to you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.